Hi, my name's Tony Dykstra. Let me tell you a little bit about myself. I'm 42 years old. I have a wonderful wife and two beautiful kids, Jordan, who's 5, and Alyssa, who's 3. And most important of all, I'm a first-time college student. Something that I always dreamed of doing and never thought was possible in my life. To help you understand where I got to this point, let me tell you about my family, my faith, and my life lessons that I learned along the way. About my family. I grew up in a household with an older brother and a younger sister. But the negative side, I had 2 deaf parents. Some people tell me, oh great, you got 2 deaf parents, good relationships in different cultures. That's all true, but my father was very negative. He used his deafness as a crutch. Him and I butted heads my whole life. Growing up playing baseball, it was the dream of my life to do that every day, live it, breathe it, but I gave it up because of my father's negativity. Going into high school, that negativity was with me, and I never got the option of going to college because my grades weren't good enough. So I joined the military, and after I got out of the military, I got married, and then ended up in a divorce because, honestly, I was a negative person. I brought a lot of negativity with me through my life. So I was taking it pretty hard and ended up meeting my wife now. I wouldn't trade her for the world. She inspires me every day. She pushes me to do my best to the point where I hold back because of my past. I don't want to be hurt. I don't want negative stuff to come in my life, so I hold back. And it's been a struggle. In 2007, our son Jordan was born. He was born with spina bifida. Another setback for me. I thought my world was going to end. I couldn't be a father to a kid with spina bifida. I'm not good enough. God testing me again? Who am I? But I've learned to pray and trust God that He's got a purpose for Jordan, and He's got a purpose for me for being his dad. Now to my faith. It's the #1 thing in my life. Everything revolves around that. If something negative comes to my life, I pray, and it's turned into something positive, something for the good. If there's a crisis in my life, I look at why the crisis is happening and what good is coming out of the crisis. But you know what? God is there for us. My wife was in a life group, and I was still struggling a little bit because of all the stuff that God's hit me with Jordan and stuff. And we were studying a book called 1 Month to Live by Carrie Shook. The book was basically saying, if you only had 1 month to live, what would you do with your life differently? That book struck home to me. I didn't realize how negative of a person I was, still was, and I turned that book into a positive. I learned how to forgive people. I learned how to give grace to people. I learned to take responsibility for things and not blame others. And most importantly, I went to college because of this book. It told me to start things now and don't put things off. The life lessons I've learned. I've learned to trust God fully with everything in my life. Give Him the glory to the end. He helped me take responsibility for everything that I've done in my life and not blame others, but take responsibility wholeheartedly, and that is the best thing I could ever take out of it. Finally, I just want to say that God uses stuff in our life for a purpose. And because of my family, because of my faith, and all the lessons that He has taught me, I know now that anything that is put in front of me is possible with God.